Hello, all VDC players or people who are just tuning in. I'm Pelly on the cast, joined here with Thorn. We're going to be
Hello.
covering some Apprentice action tonight. We have High Tide playing up against OS. High Tide right now sitting with a solid 23-9 record, I believe, if I'm correct, has locked in that first seed. And OS still fighting for a playoff spot right now at 14-18. Thornley, how are you feeling about this match coming in today as a fellow OS member?
I think it's going to be fun. I know our apprentice team has some fight in them, and we can definitely shock High Tide.
And a little bit of news coming into this game. High Tide is using a sub from Prospect in this game, pulling up Sean for at least the first map, as we see the map bans coming out here. Bind, Split, Abyss, and Haven banned out. Looks like Pearl is going to be the first map with OS starting on defense, and Lotus going to round it out tonight. High Tide starting on offense. So High Tide starting on attack, both sides. OS pick and defense, both sides. That is our start. So what are your predictions for this game? You expecting 2-0, 1-1? How are we feeling?
I think it's going to be a 1-1. I know High Tide is really good, so they at least get one map, but...
You have OS pulling out a game.
Yeah, I hope it's this first map, because that's their best chance.
Pearl is one of their favorite maps, so hoping to pull it out there as we're starting to get into game here, just setting it up real quick. What do you expect from OS coming into this game? Like, do you know, like, if they have a little playbook in their back pocket of they know what they want to run, or like what comps are you expecting here?
I know they've been messing around with the double Senti comp recently, so hopefully we see that show up and see if Snowy and Alfred can frag out.
Just to go who's playing in this map one for High Tide, we have Aki, totally not Sean, subbing in, Slater, Eagles Girl, and I'm Drag. And for the side of OS, we have Kid from Akron, Woots, Snowy, I Eat Blue Paint, aka Dinglefargus, and Alfred the Dog. Again, we're just waiting to get this game started. One of the players had to step away for a second, so we're just in a bit of a limbo here. Glad you all could join us tonight. So again, High Tide coming into this, they have locked the #1 seed for Apprentice playoffs. OS, there are a bunch of teams in Apprentice right now sitting at 14-18. Really, the only thing that divides them is the round win percentage, so OS needs to pull off some wins, but besides that, need to get a good round win percentage as well, because if that tanks down a little bit, they lose their playoff spot even more. I believe currently sitting at 8th place. And we have game just about to start up here. Both teams of Signal are ready. And we are getting into it. So you said expecting a double Sentinel here from OS in this pick phase. Well, what Sentinels are you expecting? I know Vise is very popular on this map. Casting games from a couple other tiers, I've seen Deadlock be played as well. What are you expecting?
I think I expect Vise and Cypher. It's what they've been running, and they're really confident at it.
It looks like High Tide right now hovering the double duelist, Reyna and Jet. Sean, if you don't know, Sean is a Prospect player, moved up for this map. Only played Cypher, I believe, throughout the year, and given that Cypher, again, we know Slater has been great on the Sentinel this year in Apprentice, but giving it over, and on the side of OS, seeing the Phoenix lock in, and we do see the double Sentinel, that Cypher and that Vise going out along with Astra. OS is lacking, well, they have okay flashes. They have the Phoenix, they have the Vise, but if Phoenix gets picked off here, that flash going into the round, a lot of their, explosivity onto site when you go into that attack half is cut off as we load into the game. And both teams just setting up here. Looking at the buys, bunch of ghost spot right now for the side of HT. looking what they see to do on attack. Just a pretty split map on the side of OS right now as well. Right, Cypher set up on A, Vise on that B, and then 3 people holding mid from the side of OS here as we get into the round. Looks like just a slow take down A. Oh, starting to speed it up. No one peeking out just yet. Bit of a hesitation here as we see 2 people sitting in mid, just back waiting for the push. Slater jumping around a bit, but it's a complete freeze. Here's some utility go down, but they are very okay with not pushing this yet. Spots one player playing in secret, and util comes out, knife comes out. That'll get one, and the flood comes in. Dash out, but stuck by the fade util. Alfred takes 2 down. Takes 3 down on this secret lurk, and now hitting the cam on one last one. Alfred with 3 kills in this round, and now a 3v2. Kid from Akron finds Sean on the rotate. Now Eagles Girl is left all alone in this round. Finds the cam, but they're fighting an uphill battle now. 30 seconds left, and the Thorns are going to slow them down even more.
30
Going to
seconds
try to
left.
set up the smokes, make a miracle happen. But it looks like just set up on a cross on this spike, waiting for the eventual push out.
I need concealment.
Yep, flash comes out, and Alfred the dog finds 4 in that round. Lead for OS 1-0 on the pistol.
Again. Kill them again.
We see a push from High Tide there, and it would have worked, but I think the KO knife just missed the Cypher by a tiny amount. They just got shut down by that trip at site, and it was downhill from there. This round we're seeing more of a default by OS with the better guns.
Yeah, buying up a Bulldog Marshall. We got a Stinger as well. 2 Bulldogs coming out, so hard force here from OS, of course. You normally see that. And HT now stacking up a little bit with each other. We saw a 3-2 split first round. This time, 4 people in mid. Just going to swing contact on that Bulldog and force Dinglefartis back out. 2 people here, 4 people running up. Alfred gets hit by the knife. We'll have to back off, but Wire finds one. We'll stall the push, and Drag gets sprayed, but won't find the kill. Sean finds one with the pistol as a 1-for-1 trade goes out. Slater finds the flank in mid. And Kid from Akron backing up the site.
Blocking sight.
Trying to take site now.
Spike planted.
Stuck in a 3v3, but HT doesn't have the guns. Akron just firing off shots, trying to find a pick. The spray down from Dinglefartis gets one, but it's immediately traded out. Now a 2v2 in the post plant. Sean picks up a Vandal and finds one, and now the 2v1 knows where the last player is, but goes down. It's a 1v1 here. Finds the swing and finds the shot. Kid from Akron pulling off some heroics to get that round, but it is an expensive one. 4 people fall for the side of OS.
Oh, you thought you put up a fight?
Great drive from High Tide there. You see some quick picks, and they almost convert the save round.
Yeah, they did a good job playing off each other with the trades in the early round, and almost saw that round through, but just wasn't able to find it. So a little bit of teamwork coming out from OS, and as speaking about teamwork, I eat blue paint. Already dropping 4 assists in these first 2 rounds already. Now we see the force up from High Tide, full shields and regens, all Vandals. And right now defaulting over towards the B, so changing up their push every round so far. Not going to use any util, just going to raw peek it at first. Slater seems like the entry right now as they try to find a split through mid with Sean. Drag going to send the flash out. Finds Woots and won't get the spray. Drag will find one. Trying to find the battle in mid. Akron finds one, flashes out. A little bit of a bad position. Will get the wall and able to run back, and I eat blue paint finds the flank in from mid. Slater's on site. Aki able to drop 2. Now we're finding it ourselves in a 2v2
Blocking sight.
for the post plant. Slater is out of util. Alfred from heaven trying to take a peek. The eye will clear B long. They know they're playing on site now. Slater trying to find the timing back into it. Alfred will note one long. Aki will swing out, gets picked. 2v1 now. Fade Dog coming out. Spray down. And good trade there from OS. We'll take this. We'll take their save round. Well, a little bit of a force, but mostly a save round for OS. Early lead 3-0 and stifling this attack right now from High Tide.
Weapon here.
High Tide's just making small mistakes and then being unable to convert to 1v2s, and if they just fix some small issues, they'll win some of these rounds.
What do you think a small mistake being made there was? Like a little bit of timing of the pushes being off?
Yeah, I think if Slater just peeked 1 second later, he gets Agron there, it's just easy 1v1 for him.
Alright, High Tide forced on a save. Rocking their pistols, do have a stinger out just in case for those close range fights on Slater. Aki does have ult online if they choose to send the KO ult. OS has that Phoenix and Cypher ult. Right now, just a slow walk into A main. 3-stack mid on the defense. We're just gonna play it quiet for now. No one feels the need to push out. OS feels comfortable with their high gun buys. Don't want to force the issue. Akron finds one, finds two.
Spike down A.
Good transfer from Kid from Akron. Gonna heal himself up as fighting goes on in mid. Trying to find the answer, but won't happen. 4 drops from the side of High Tide, and Eagles Girl once again stuck in a clutch situation. This time only having the Sheriff. I think here you just want to play for the plant, give yourself money. Take that into the next round, but OS has cut sound. You're not sure where they are right now, if they've rotated over to B or not. Just gonna peek. Won't find the headshot. OS take 4 rounds in a row, 4-0, and Akron on a heater right now, 8-1.
Yeah, timeout coming from High Tide.
Alright, on this timeout, what do you expect them to change up coming into this round?
I think they're just going to slow down their play a little bit. They're playing a little bit too aggressive right now, and then just giving up early picks. And then, as we've seen, there's been a ton of 1v5s, 1v2s, and stuff like that.
Alright, so slowing down the round, maybe trying to, make some pressure outside of an area, but then just cut sound, try to sow some confusion in the side of OS. OS coming to this round full Vandals, full heavy armor. We're going to see the same thing from High Tide. So big gun around this round. High Tide would love to get this one on the board. We still have all the same ults from last time, and now Fade ult is up as well. Slater, 1 away from those knives, and Sean 1 away from the Cypher ult. And Drag also 1 away from that Reyna ult, so could look to farm orbs here in the early part of the round, try to get some ults up for the side of High Tide. Looks like right now, playing it more default, gonna send 3 to B long, 3 to A, or 2 to A main. Maybe pivot that one to mid just to get coverage. See what contact they can get.
Here.
Off the smoke. Slater gonna take position, peek out, but no one's looking at it. They have that Vise wall, and there's no easy way for High Tide to trip it. You have to bait it out if you want to get rid of that util. Will be able to do so. Able to back up off of it now too. That pulls some rotations. 3 people stacked on this B side now. Astra still sitting in mid, and Vise out of util. Only thing up now is that flash. Orb taken. Reyna will now have the ult. The round slows down a little bit. Trying to get that flash for some info, but doesn't tag anyone on site. I will pull 1 shot. That should rotate the Astra over. Looks like Vise coming in as well. Spike still left in mid. Backing up from A now. Only 35 seconds left to exec. They have a good lurk down B long, though. No one's looking at it. They're going to try to burst through mid.
30 seconds left.
Blind out and taking space, but this Phoenix timing through the smoke could be lethal. Flashes out. Gets the spray down on one. Drag tries to go for the trade and able to find it. 4v4, but only 15 seconds left to plant. They have to execute fast. Woots not letting them. Snowy on the lockdown as well. Sean finds one trade, but 5 seconds left. This plan isn't coming down. And stuck on site. That'll be 5-0 from the side of OS. Try to take one more kill with them. Sean able to find it, and OS is going to be fine with just tucking their 2 rifles away.
Fortunate for High Tide there. If they had 15 more seconds, they win that round easy. OS was not ready for that push onto site, and I think they just win the duels.
We saw them pull people back to A by shooting out that Fade Eye. Got a little bit jumpy on defense, but just ran out of time. Started that exec into mid and down B long with just 25 seconds left. Have to play it perfectly if you only have that much time on the clock, and just wasn't able to find it. Seeing the same setups from both teams right now. OS, very happy to play that Vise on B. Very happy to let Fade sit on A. Walkabouts down B main. Dash is prepped. We'll get flash, but Dash is in the smoke. If they pop out, they're going to find a Vise. Not going to take the fight. Taking their time. We'll see it. Nope. Gets the tap, and you're not covered. Gets sprayed down, and Snow with the flick finds 2. Sean able to find 2 as well, and that Cypher ult comes out now. Going to get info that no one is on site, and they have a great flank from Drag. Sean dropping 3 in the round. Drag on the flank, distracting the last one. Akron stuck up in heaven. Will find 1, but the trade out does get stuck by Aki. And HT able to find their first round.
Great round from Sean there. Played his life and got 3 picks out of it. Saved that round in favor of High Tide.
So High Tide now on the board, and although OS won 5 rounds in a row, their economy isn't the best. Akron only have 1950 coming into this round, buying a heavy shield, and that's really it. 3 Vandals and a Bulldog, the other guns on their side. Slater doesn't have a gun either, but does have the knives to fall back on. Akron buying up a Judge. And we see knives immediately come out from Slater. And just walking down this B-long, we've seen this happen a couple times from High Tide now. Little bit of different setup, and Slater gets stuck, but able to jet dash away. That is the Fade ult popped as well. Now just cutting sound and Drag, finding themselves in mid. Waiting for a peek out. Sees one peek out, but their position's noted now. In the gunfight, trade 1 for 1, and that is one of your duelists down.
You are divided.
But duelist traded for a sentinel.
Here.
Astra ult coming down now, trying to take B site. Looks like they're gonna get the plant down 4-free. Dog to clear and a peek, but no kills found off of it. We have 2 on site from the side of OS and 2 coming through mid. See how they want to play this post plant. Looks like 3 people just B long for High Tide.
Foolish.
Sean will be able to find 1, and Slater pushing up a little bit more space off that. The other Astro ult comes out. Looks like they're sticking. Alfred the dog. No one touches him on the defuse, and he's able to sneak it.
The ult's used there, and it's gonna hurt OS economy, and we see that Cypher has only $3,100 and cannot buy, but his teammates could buy him. Unfortunate round for High Tide. Crazy to stick there. It's just a ton of people alive.
Pros don't fake.
Yeah, true.
And clearly, Alfred is a pro. Sean putting up the early cam. A little bit misplaced, but you can still see into there. It's like a fax exec coming here from High Tide. Haven't pulled one out in a while. We'll know one playing from secret. Alfred finds one. Slater trying to find the trade, but the spray down from Akron. Site and plant is taken, but they are in a 4v3 post plant. Sean sort of left on his own on site. Snowy still on that B though, so for a time, even numbers. Phoenix Ult will clear out Sean. Dodges the fade, util. Starts to get sprayed down. 2-for-1 trade, Drag able to help. Now we see Visol coming out. Util used on Spike that Astra's pull. Now see Drag fling out. 2v1, High Tide. Although down in the post plant, able to play off of each other with the peaks and take the round. 6-2 now, still on the side of OS.
OS economy is in shambles. Probably choose to save here. Great peek by Eagles. Got a great timing and won them the round.
If you said it, economy not great here. Rocking classics, there's a sheriff, there's a ghost. But we may see a gamble stack, and it looks like we are 4 people on this save for OS. Gamble stacking on B, just hoping to find that pressure. But High Tide looking for that A execute again, and they're not taking it slow. This Cypher is in danger. Cage is up to try to help. Gets the dash, will get the spray down, and finds one on the entry. Now able to sit back and wait for his team to rotate, and all 4 of them are on flank. Cypher Trip will be tagged. They know at least one is back there, but they don't know how many.
Spike planted.
Now 5v4 post plant. OS does not have the gun. Dog tags one, flash out. Will find the kill, and now this is noted. Another flash comes out. The sprays come down from Akron. 2 found, and now it's a 1v5 for Drag. Great save round coming out here, and a flawless Thrifty coming out from the side of OS.
Beautiful round there. Alfred the dog sat on site, got his pick, and then just played his life. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
But I'll try.
I mean, that pick was huge, finding the Jet on the entry. We saw them switch up their wires to cover the updraft, and immediately gets rewarded for it. That's what you like to see from your Sentinel player, having multiple setups. But still, sticking on that A, Vise still playing on B. That's, ooh, I like that trip. I haven't seen that one before. I'm gonna steal that, actually.
That goes there. This goes here. Yes.
Screenshotting it right now and stealing it. I'm gonna credit it like I made it myself. Early fade eye coming in for util. Gets shot down. Believe they heard 2 or 3 shots there. Aki gonna push up only with the classic. 3 Vandals and 2 classics on the side of High Tide. Just raw peeking this angle again. Immediately gets tagged. Cage comes down, so does Knife. Slater is stuck and gets sprayed down. This push is halted now because of that. Just trying to raw peek out of the smokes now. Here's Cage triggered pop flash, but just sprayed down through the flash from I Eat Blue Paint. We'll find 3 on the round, trying to make it 4. Looking for the ace. Sean is the only one left alive. They have him noted, but won't get it. Blue Paint goes down, but Sean still in this round. Spike not in his hands. Right now, just trying to find his one. Push out from Kid from Akron, and an amazing defense half coming out right now for OS. 8-4.
Unbelievable round. Andy just sprays the smoke, gets 3, and then just downhill from there. High Tide can't really do anything. On tried his best, but can't get a pick.
Little update on the scoreboard. Kid from Akron right now, 15-4-3 on this Phoenix. Blue Paint, 11-7-5 on this fade. Sean, the sub from Prospect, top frag right now for the side of High Tide, 10-9-5 on that Cypher. High Tide once again on a save. I will tag one. They choose not to shoot it. We'll happily let Slater get tagged and everyone else dodges it. We see playing a full retake right now. Not pushing out at all. We'll get the blind. Tries to find the spray, but the power of friendship is able to find the kill.
There.
High Tide, you're going to take a bit of space in mid for that now. Just
I
playing
know
in this B link.
exactly where you are.
Cypher ult's gonna come out, knows that it's split 2 and 2, and this should quicken up their execute. Phoenix using the molly to get the stall. This will make them pivot over towards A. Phoenix able to find one on the B long. That high tide advantage is suddenly gone. They have the pivot over to A red pretty well. Vise and Cypher going back right now. Great shot from Drag to find the pick. This will pull them back from A over to B. They hear they're running out. Plant stuck on A, but Phoenix is in no man's land.
Spike planted.
This should be an easy win. Probably looking for a save here from Kid from Akron. Gonna pick up a share front around, but I don't expect them to push this up at all. High Tide taking this round, making it 8-3. Right, going into this next round, you know, unless we see a crazy push here. High Tide will have the bye. Both teams will have the bye. A lot of ults up as well. Akron with the Phoenix ult, Fade with the ult, Cypher with the ult, all on the side of OS. And on the side of HT. Just that Reyna ult. Alright, going into this next round, what are you looking for High Tide to try to get 4 on the board?
I think they just... Oh.
Akron finds one.
I think they push mid. That's been working for them. They have the guns, so it should be even, but they just gotta trust in Sean, the prospect player, who's currently carrying it. And yeah, give him a fight to take. He's obviously winning him.
As prospect players ourselves, really good representation for the prospects right now. Thank you, Sean. 12 kills right now, top of High Tide scoreboard. Looks like High Tide's playing a default. Gonna pop flash out. Notes the op from Kid from Akron. And now they're gonna slowly walk away. They decided, you know what? We're good. We don't need to push that. How do you feel about pushing op? You know, if you note an op, are you one to call, you know, 5-man swing into it, they can't get us all? Or...
yeah, I personally 5-man swing into it.
I've seen teams go both ways, Slater. Spraying the box, trying to find some info. But this round, crawling to a halt right now. 1 minute left on the clock. I will be shot down. Only one shot heard. And you know it's the Jet from those smokes. But this ult is going to tag at least 2. Gonna pull rotates, knife destroyed before it can get tagged. But the stun on sight is good. Slater's gonna push out off of it, now stuck in secret. Now just getting sprayed, 7 bullets left in the chamber. Gonna try to seize, but they are in a horrible spot. Their team needs to get there quick.
Spike planted.
Somehow still able to find their life, and Alfred able to find a kill. That Cypher ult's coming out now. Everyone on site is noted. And the retake is gonna come in from OS. Eye thrown out, Phoenix ult into the site. Akron finds one. Pushes everyone off this site. Now stuck in a 2v4. Astro util used, and they're trying to find the late flank. But is there enough time? 4v1, slowly creeping around, but is spotted from Akron. And OS taking this half 9-3.
Masterclass of defense on Pearl.
Great half from OS. Seeing that half, how confident are you, OS, in being able to clean up this game?
I think they clean it up for sure. Close it out here. Win pistol.
Win pistol, get the bonus, and all of a sudden you're staring down the barrel of 11. Big round for High Tide here. Really, this pistol, if they win, it keeps them in the game. If they don't, they're sort of force rest of the game.
Snowball your economy into the ground.
That's what they need to do, though. They need rounds on the board. Alfred, waiting here, looking for a camera. Gonna go into B-Link, see if it spots anyone. And it looks like an aggressive push coming out from High Tide in mid. Not wasting any time, immediately out with a flash in the face. Akron finds one on the spray. Later able to escape, but their teammate goes down for it. Eagles Girl, their smoke out of the round now. That's devastating when you're on defense. The only thing you have now is the Cypher Cage's drag.
Spike down.
Finds 2 on the lineup and gets the spike as well. Push out from OS into mid. Find Aki and Slater, but drag. Now slow on this flank. We'll hear one running in mid. That's the flash, but it won't be enough. Drag dropping 3. And now High Tide has control of the spike. We see Vise trying to find a late flank. 45 seconds left in this round. They have a little bit of time to play with. But not much. Shots in mid. Alfred will find one. That's one player spotted, but they don't know where the Vise is still. And more importantly, they don't know where Drag. Drag spotted, wins it.
30 seconds left.
Needs the ace to win the round. Still at full health. Flash out. They now know where Vise is. Just the 1v1. Drag gonna pull off. It still has sight on that spike. Let's go of it. It's gonna run back. Just trying to play time. You have to push into me. You need to get this planter the kill. Takes the swing. 7 seconds. Drag. Playing it back. There's no time for the plant. They're just playing Ring Around the Rosie, and Drag able to find the round.
Great counter play by Drag. It's the picks. Plays out time like you're supposed to instead of just going for the ace. Beautiful round.
If that was me, I would go for the ace and I would die.
Yeah. Get head tapped as soon as I turn the corner.
Swing the corner, say, I'm better, and then my head goes off. But good discipline's shown from the side of High Tide.
A little bit.
And that is a big round for them now. Buying up some Bulldogs, buying up some Bulldogs into this round, of course. OS just with the classics and 1 Sheriff out for Snowy. Actually, Snowy bought down to 500 credits this round. Bit of an odd choice. Rest of the team is full saving, going down to 500 for this Sheriff, and I assume the util. So OS look for a sneak walk mid, but it's peeked by Drag, and Drag stays hot. Tagged by the eye, but the blind is out and traded out. Now still fighting over this art control. Eagles Girl on the swing, can't find the spray. Now OS looking to hit the site, flash out, Sean down. Jet dashes over towards Secret, will be taken down as well. And a thrifty round on the hands of OS. Aki left in the 1v4. Still has the flashes, knife coming up in 15 seconds. It's not impossible, but it is hard. Is going to be spotted. Gonna throw the nade to push them off that corner. But now tagged with the cam. Pop flash won't find anyone. You're running out of time here as Aki. Finds Alfred. Finds 2, actually. Only 4 bullets left in the chamber. Is gonna run out, and Snowy able to find the kill in a thrifty round coming out for OS, making it 10-4.
Round's definitely gonna hurt High Tide a little bit, make their economy bleed, but getting those picks at the end probably saves them just enough to push through and get some more rounds. High Tide is still opting to save with limited money.
Pulling out
buying a Sheriff.
Yep, but no one going below basically 1,400. I'm rounding a little bit. But no one going below that point. Full save on this round, but not stacking up. Just going to send Slater straight out through B. Slater now has an aggressive angle up in B, but mid is also being taken by OS. Peeks the head. Drag's not going to be spotted there either. Drag finds the swing, but won't find the kill. Gets a little bit of damage down. And now a mid take coming out from OS. Eagles Girl left alone in this link as they're pivoting over to A. They're going to hear that from the Reyna. Akron finds the kill, and now Sean playing it through water, but gets traded out. Trying to keep that aggressive position on B long is Slater, but they're not pushing that. They are in your spawn and taking over A. 5v3 now in the post plant for the side of OS. Going to do a pop flash out. Only hits themselves. Finds one, but Akron on a heater in this round. fighting the 3v1, dropping 4 kills, and securing the round for OS.
I mean, Akron is just unstoppable right now, going 26-5. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, 26-5 right now from Akron. The highest kill count on the other side for High Tide is Drag and Sean, tied with 12. So add them up together, they're not even beating Akron. Forcing into this round, High Tide basically need to for the rest of the game. A Guardian coming out for Eagles Girl. Everyone else is a Vandal. Looking at the ult economy, Kid from Akron has his. Slater tries to take the hero swing, but immediately gets shot down. Now a Vandal picked up. Nade trying to slow down the round a little bit, but B long control's completely given up. Phoenix gonna ult, wall, and flash in. Util dump. Try to take the site. Aki able to shut it down. Sprays one through the wall. Now flash, great flash. And the sprays come down. Phoenix left on the site. But do they know where this lurk is? Able to turn it, finds the shot. Aki with a great round.
Great hold there by High Tide. They had 4 on site, and then they had that great flash to get the free pick, and it just tumbled down for OS. And Alfred was not able to get the lurk kill.
This goes here.
We're seeing eyes from both sides.
Singled. There's their 6th sense kicking in. Eyes in the back of their head. HT up to 5, and pretty impressive they're able to stop that Phoenix ult from coming in as well. Phoenix now without ult. Aki on the KO has theirs. I eat blue paint on the fade has theirs as well, but an immediate pick from Aki, and will go down. No more KO ult, and a fast exit coming out now from the side of OS.
I know exactly where.
Site fully clear, and Cypher ult out. Free notifications on where everyone is playing.
Spike planted.
Sean only has a ghost in this round. Everyone else has a gun. Pop flash from Akron taking space. Everyone besides Akron playing off-site here. Gets flash, but dodges the bad part of it. Gonna hide in the smoke. Rushes through the smoke. 3v1, Alfred able to trade it out, but everyone's playing long. They know they're in there. Sprays coming down. Alfred will find one, stay alive, and now it's a 4v1 for Sean, and you're stuck in this area. Will find the swing and get one, but goes down himself, and now 12-5 for the side of OS.
Match point. This next round is very important for both teams. Tide's money is kind of screwed. We see some stingers, some marshals, and a couple vandals, but nothing else.
Yeah, their buy is very scattered. The good news for them, they are coming into this round with Cypher ult and KO ult, so KO could be used on the exec
Here.
or on the defense for a retake. Right now, setting up 3 people on this B main, where a lot of pressure has been coming from these last 2 rounds. But OS, slow it down for this one. Some peeks in the mid. No damage tagged. There's a fight in mid. Flash out. Drag unable to win it out. Duelist down. Akron left low, but does have the Phoenix ult for the free heal. Snowy working their way up B main. There's a Marshall on the side here for Eagles Girl, but doesn't want to take that peek. They've been punished for taking those peeks throughout the game. 4 people walking A main for the side of OS. Yeah. They hear Cypher Cam. Knows the general area, but no one on the side here. For HT, it's just going to be a free take. Spots all the wires, gets them down. Alright, 5v4 post plant coming in. There's a Jet in the back trying to catch Snowy on the rotate. Knife out, is caught by Slater. But Slater's gonna have to run there to stop, to get the defuse. KO ult dumped in on the retake, watching the flank. Kid from Akron finds the kill. but their util is down. Alfred on the swing. Only one left. It's Eagles Girl, and they have a Marshall. Only 7 health left. No time to revive. Just have to try and find the stick. Astrus pulls them off, and that's going to be the game. Gonna try some consolation. Gets one through the body of the Astra, but OS ultimately taking that map 13-5.
A great map by OS. Showed defense really strong, and then just closed it up on attack. High Tide tried their best, but couldn't convert.
I mean, Kid from Akron in this game, 484 on the combat score, dropping 33 kills. Real heater of a game from Kid from Akron. And we're going to take a quick 5-minute break here. We will be back with map 2 shortly.
I don't wanna risk it all again, but I don't wanna be on my own. It always goes much better in my head, but the feelings end up wasted. So I'm sorry for breaking down when you said you got me. I'm used to being let down, but I'm hoping if I'm falling too fast, then you'll catch me. You'll catch me. So I'm sorry that you might have to see I'm not flawless. I promise that I'm facing my problems. If I'm falling too fast, will you catch me? Will you catch me before I crash? I'm so afraid that you'll run out of patience. Trust me, I know how it feels to be hopelessly waiting. Sometimes I don't know if I can even change, but I'm still trying. So I'm sorry that you might have to see I'm not flawless. I promise that I'm facing my problems. If I'm falling too fast, will you catch me? Will you catch me before I crash?
Back to the stream. Pelly here, joined with Thornley still. After that map 1, OS cleanly taking it 13-5. A little bit of a roster update. Sean, the fill-in from Prospect, is being dropped out. Round of applause for Sean for filling in on such short notice for the High Tide upper team. Coming back in now is Mustard Corpse. And just give us a quick recap of that map 1, Thornley.
Great map by OS. They just kind of dominated on defense, and then High Tide was just kind of screwed on attack. They needed to win the pistol, and they did, but then they lost to a Thrifty, and then their economy just kind of snowballed, and can't really come back from that.
It fell apart from there. Had the 9-3 in the first half. We're getting into our second map here, Lotus. What comp are you expecting here from both teams?
I'm not sure, honestly. I expect the double Senti again from OS, but it could be anything.
Right now, hovering that Vise and Cypher seem to be two favorites right now. On the other side for High Tide, Slater back in that Sentinel role. Taking that Cypher looks like. And looks like also a double Sentinel being hovered right now. Drag hovering on that chamber right now. Only thing locked in is that Raze, though. And 4 Sentis on this map. Do you like the Cypher and the Vise? Or do you look at other Sentinels on this map and say, you know, this could work out too?
I think Cypher and Vise is just unstoppable. You can lock down so many sites and just force your team or the opponents to a site where you can just stack and win the rounds.
And the most important thing, OS all locked in at the same time. That's team synergy. They are locked in game and out. Same wavelength right now. All right, both comps out. Both teams playing double Senti. Of course, one has the Cypher and Vise. The other has the Chamber and Cypher. Chamber, I'd argue more like a duelist.
Yeah.
But the game says otherwise. Phoenix back out from Kid from Akron. Besides that, see a bit of a switch up. You know, 3 of the 5 stay the same on OS. High Tide switching it up a little bit after that 13-5 loss. And of course, High Tide starting on the attack this round. Started attack last map 2. Lost it 3-9. Hopefully looking to change that. Lotus, generally considered a pretty heavy attacker-sided map, so gonna hope to get more than 3. Akron and Woots buying up armor this round, actually. So Phoenix and Omen have the armor. Mustard Corpse on the Raze also has armor. Besides that, everyone's wielding a classic, besides Eagles Girl, who has a ghost.
Looks like it's just gonna be a bloodbath, eh? They're all stacking here. Gotta fight it.
Every time you play Lotus first round, you have to push A, and we're seeing it immediately. I tags 3, Flash stalls out the plant, or out the push. Nade comes out, gonna tat Akron and push him away. It's done, and it's just a util dump from both sides right now. It looks like High Tide able to get the space in the end, now gaining control of that rubble. All 5 players in that area. OS forced to back off. Little bit of a pause. They're going to continue to push that rubble, hitting the breakable. But still, just taking control of that rubble. The Vice is hard anchoring here on the C. Phoenix trying to find the slow flank. They know they're in this area. They broke the door. Now they're taking B. Pivot into B. Frog on the flank. Or not, sorry, Akron on the flank, but unable to find it. Alfred now trying to play in the smoke on this retake. 5v4. 2 players playing on that breakable. Don't want them to push back out from A. West just taking their time to group up. Looking on how they're gonna exec. Drag, TP down. Gonna do the peek. Headhunter out, but won't find heads, but the classics will find some kills. High Tide taking that first round flawless.
It close plant there by High Tide. Stacking 3 people breakable and then just running out with your classics and right clicking. Never fails. Basically a shotgun.
Yeah, especially in that close range site like B, really hard to get away from that classic right click. Coming into round 2, of course, High Tide buying up, celebrating in spawn a little bit too. maybe taking a picture with the Cypher cam, I'm not sure. But we do see I'm Drag pulling out the Outlaw here, so 1 taps on anyone that dare peeks it. Once again, playing for this rebel control, but OS pushing out on the flank from C. So High Tide is going to be pinched into this area. We'll find 1. Almost finds the second on the tripwire, but now OS taking the space behind them. 4v4, and the map is flipped. Of course, Drag still has the sniper. Don't peek. Akron goes down, but a great trade from Snowy. That's going to be a gun retrieved if they can go get it. High to try and scout, but everyone is tucked. Marshall taken back, or not Marshall, Outlaw taken back, but it is an Outlaw on a retake. Eagles Girl playing in tree, finds 1. Tries to get done, but gets timinged. Mustard Corpse cleaning up the round, dropping 3. Only 2 away from that ult now coming into round 3.
See some great picks by OS. They're down guns, you can't really do anything, but getting enough picks to damage their economy is what you want to do, and they did it perfectly.
Coming into this round, Vandals and Phantoms bought up from High Tide, or from OS. Actually, OS is... The buy isn't great. The blue paint doesn't have shields at all. Just hero Phantom right now. On the other side, Bulldogs out, and 2, a Sheriff and a Classic. So a bit of a mixed bag from the side of High Tide. Of course, this is their bonus. Not expected to have the best guns on their bonus. We see them playing a little bit together, taking this mound control in C. First round, they haven't defaulted to that A main quick rubble hit, but looks like they're now clearing back into it. Gonna try to spray the boxes a little bit, find some chip damage. Won't get anything out of it, though. And very split right now from the side of High Tide. There's 2 people just trying to take blind contact C. Flash isn't even prepared right now. Just jiggle peeking the smoke. Won't get caught for it. He was trying to proc that Vise wall, but wasn't able to do it. And both Sentinels right now on the side of C. Of course, back on A. Have a deep lurk coming out from the chamber, and the Cypher Slater trying to find util on site, and that's where the spike is going to be going to now. 2 people spotted on C. Pivot over to A. OS looks like they're going to force to be retaking this site. Quick exec coming out. Shots being fired. Blind is out, but Woods goes down. But So does the plant.
No charges left.
Ult whiffing. Kid from Akron able to tuck away. Flash out. Will pull the attention. But oh, Akron's in a horrible spot. Gets sprayed down. Breach forcing him out. Slater finds one as well. Of course, Drag holding on the flank just in case. The high-low setup doesn't work, and now it's a 2v2. Alfred finds the spray. 1v2 here. Slater left on their own, and an insane retake from OS.
What in the world just happened? Great kills by Alfred.
Kate.
I mean, just an insane retake. Great spray transfer from Alfred there. I mean, normally that high-low setup guarantees you that round, but Alfred just shoots him down. That is a big round to win. A costly one. They drop 3 players, but that's a round on the scoreboard nonetheless. Coming into this now. This is semi-force again. Bulldog, Stinger, and a Ghost out. Everyone else with the Vandal or the Phantom. Of course, we did see Mustard Corpse use that Raze ult last round. Only ults close this round. Akron's one away from that Phoenix ult. Alfred one away from that Cypher ult. And looks like an aggressive push. 2 with the flash. Finds 1 kill. Looking for the second. But gets traded out by Eagles Girl. So trading a Sentinel for a Duelist here. Now we're playing 4v4 Valorant. High Tide. Very comfortable with just taking this space on Rubble and just sitting on it. Will note Fade and will note the Vise, but Vise swings out, drops Mustard Corpse. And that's going to stall your attack a lot. That is your primary entry down. Good eye as well. Will spot the breach. So with this raise down, no more double satcheling into sneaky areas. Your exec now is you drop a stun, and you hope. Alfred finds a bit of a peek. Doesn't get damaged, but this side is hard anchored
30 seconds left.
from Woots. Only has the Ghost, but they don't know where Woots is. Plant gonna start to go down. Looks like it's given over, and they're just gonna play the retake 4v3. Flashes coming out. Round stalls. They hear one drop. Of course, Woots still not spotted in this backside area. Smoke will cut off one, and now they're going to try to find the swing. Eagles Girl from A main finds a pick, and now down 2v3. Aki just playing in the smoke, taking their time. Just going to wait for the tap. They know Aki's in tree. What can they do about it? Stun goes down, and kills go out. Eagles Girl drops 3, and 3 rounds now for High Tide.
Huge round for High Tide. It's gonna hurt US economy even more. Get them even more rounds in the future. Everyone on the High Tide can buy, and US economy is looking really bad. They're not gonna be able to buy, and they might not even be able to buy next round.
Yeah, if they do like a half force this round, which looks like they're just full saving right now, there is a Bulldog in the hands of Snowy. But besides that, all pistols right now. Of course, because of that, gonna play an aggro push out. Tags 2 with the eye. Gonna flash out, cut off by the nade. Akron is alone and will get picked off. Great nade to cut off the rest of the team. So they're gonna keep on aggressing forward. They have pistols and they are ready to take space. High Tide immediately pivot into A. And once again, we're playing a flip map. From OS here, just taking their time. Gonna be Cypher wired. They already knew they were flank full offsite for the side of High Tide. I mean, Rubble is fully theirs. Blue Paint trying to sneak up behind them. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Heard shots. And taken down, and now it's a 2v5, and everyone is holding that angle. Good luck, Woots. Try to find your one if you can. Won't be able to. Flawless round from High Tide. And I don't think you can be too mad there. if you're the side of OS, you know, you're put down onto pistols. You try the gamble shove, and it just doesn't work out.
They're gonna have Vandals now. They're gonna come back with even more aggressiveness and try to steal the round away from High Tide. Turn the snowball into their favor. Try to get some more rounds.
We have seen on their save rounds, OS has elected for an aggressive C push out onto the rubble. And right now, High Tide on attack have been defaulting to either the rubble push on C, or sorry, the mound push on C or rubble push on A. Looking for a fast exec, it looks like. Flash is going to stall that a little bit. Along with the Fade Dog, Snowy finds one before dropping. Now you don't have to worry about that util. Alfred on the pinch, gets one. Cypher comes out, everyone is in C, they know it. Flash comes out, and site is now taken. Playing that 3v3 retake, but High Tide has all 3 ults up. Akron, the only one with ult right now. Drag finds a third in the round. Eagles Girl protecting Mound, and Woots once again just stuck all alone. Gets sprayed through the wall. I'm Drag dropping 4, and round number 5 goes to High Tide.
Okay, which gun to pick this time?
Fortunate there for OS. They tried to stick on to their defense, and it just did not end up working. Eagles Girl is just going 7-2, hitting their shots. Can't do much about that. Was gonna have to save again, buying Stingers, Marshals, a couple classics.
Alright, looks like they're gonna do the two-pronged push. Gonna push out C and B on this save round. And of course, High Tide going back to that A. Normally don't take B control. It's either A or C. This time they choose A. And they're just gonna full fast exec take again. No pressure put by the side of OS, and now they're just gonna have to play the Flood retake with their pistols. High Tide very happy to just set up off site here, leaving the chamber on site. Maybe get some heads hunted while coming out. Trying to dodge the flash. Dodges it, and Akron goes down. Aki finds one, and Mustard Corpse drops another. 3v5 now. Mustard Corpse getting 2. Woots stuck on site, stunned up, push out, and Aki drops a kill. And Snowy not far behind them. Flawless round from High Tide.
Ability.
It's just masterclass on defense on Lotus.
That's all we need.
They have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder from map 1, and they're just showing what they can actually do and how they can perform. But not really be able to do anything. We do have a ton of ults, so we could see something here. And we do see 3A, so they could be pushing out A and trying to get a couple picks.
4 ults on the side of each team. It's faster to say who doesn't have it. Raze and Cypher for both teams don't have their ults. Everyone else, it's online, and Raze, of course, only 1 away. Omen hiding behind the box, but is getting sprayed. They don't see him, but they think he's there, and they'll get him with the nade. While that happens, Eagles Girl finds Akron. Akron able to take out Drag, so now 4v3 in the favor of High Tide. They're just going to slow down this game. Cypher Gold coming out to give info, sees 2 anchoring that A and 1 on B, and that's going to call the immediate pivot towards C. They do have the timing onto C, but this Vise util is still anchoring on C. It's not as free as they think it is. They spot the wall. Just gonna play over it. I'll try to play over it, but Slater gets cut off.
Put down.
Well, does not matter. Slater just drops the kill. Cage is out for the site take, and now a 4v2 retake. They do have Fatal left if they choose to invest it, but in a 4v2 it is still very risky, and Raze, as we see, is still in B. Taking their time, doing that very late flank. Blue Paint thinks they heard something here, gonna be watching it. Eye comes out, will tag Mustard Corpse. So now they know, 2v3 retake if they choose to take it, but right now, looks like they're just electing for the save. Just gonna
Seems
slowly...
like the right choice since their economy is broken. Alfred only having $50 left.
$50 in the pocket. Just gonna sneak away. High Tide wants to take these guns away though. Left Cypher on the site just in case, but everyone else is pushing out. Alright, no more pushing. Very happy with that round. And as you said, OS, lack of money. They do save 2 rifles coming into this round, so a couple hero rifles. Looks like they're actually going to be buying up. Bulldog and regen armor bought up from Snowy. Expecting the same thing from Akron here. Yep. And it's going to be a force coming out from OS. How do you feel about the force coming out this round?
I think they just have to do it. Down 6 rounds, they have to get some momentum going for them. And if you're not having the guns, then you can't really do that.
A little bit of an update on the scoreboard.
Play.
Sorry. Snowy at the top of OS right now at 5 and 7. Mustard Corpse and Eagles Girl on the side of High Tide, both drop at 9. Woots, a little bit of a struggle right now. 0 and 8, looking for their first kill.
No more thorns.
See an early ult come out, but it's a split exec C. Now taken. Snowy left on this hard anchor. Flash gets one. Goes one is stuck behind the wall, but unable to find it, and Drag finds the op shot. And now fully taken over. C. Alfred, great flick. Trying to find the second.
Last player
But
standing.
won't be able to. Drag finds another with the tour de force. And now the plant coming in. 4v1, and I expect another save coming out this round. I mean, maybe we see a push out, you know. Would like to get one more on the board. Looks like we are. Gonna try to sneak through it. Just hoping that everyone is playing for a pick off-site, expecting the save. Trying to find one and maybe rush a defuse. Drag. Hear them running back, but they don't expect the person behind them. Mustard Corpse creates 3 corpses this round. And another round going for High Tide. That is 6 in a row.
That is going to be devastating for OS. You're going to have to probably choose to save since they forced last round. And it is just not in their... It's not in their court right now. Mustard Corp 12 and 3, just dominating.
Falling apart for OS right now. We saw them start 9-3 on the last map, down 8-1 now. Hoping they can get 3 rounds of their own. Of course, 3 rounds left, including this one on this side of the map. Spraying down that box again in case they find a rogue Omen. Won't be there, and the push out from B main on the flank. Cypher Cage immediately tripped, and they hear the Marshal. Gonna nade out, bot out, util dump to take the site. Alfred gonna give it up. Kid from Akron just trying to find a pick. Just gonna start getting sprayed down. This plant goes down.
Spike planted.
2 people on this flank, but Slater finds one. Blue paint gets one as well. Battle on the flank, and Drag is able to win it. Alfred able to find the Marshal shot, but here comes the ult. Mustard Corpse drops one. They spot the last player in drop. Good luck, kid from Akron. 3v1, and you have no place to escape to. Trying to take one with them, but it's not going to work out as High Tide pick up another round.
And devastating. They're just stuck drop, and you're getting ulted. Can't really do anything, but momentum is definitely in High Tide's court right now. Have a ton of 9,000 credits people on High Tide. You can just basically buy whatever they want. OS is choosing to force gun, having only Light Shield Phantom.
Yep, Light Shield Phantom on that fade. Regen Shield on Snowy on that Vise. Everyone else in this lobby has a full shield. Looks like another fast exec A. Nade immediately out to take space. Hits breakable and throws the boombot through it. Gonna force Woots out, but the fade able to find a pick on C. So now 5v4 position for OS, up in numbers and have 3 ults. That Vise ult, Phoenix, and Omen ult all up. Of course, Eagles Girl on the Clove and Aki on the Breach have their ults as well. Eagles Girl with a great shot. Dropping kid from Akron, and now evens it back out to a 4v4. But Woods anchoring on B. Gets the push out. No util used on that peak, just trying to find a timing. They won't get it. That's going to push them back out over to C. C is open right now. Of course, that buys wall still there. Let's see if they get the timing right this time. They will. 2 get through, and that Cypher's left on the
30
lurk.
seconds left. Spike planted.
Plant goes down. OS just taking their time to regroup. They're going to hear the 2 players running through spawn. Takes the contact. Eagles girl takes 1. Gonna use the Clovolt and see if they can escape. I'll push from 2 sides. Good luck. Breach ult committed. Let's try to stop the retake.
1 enemy remaining.
Later finds 1, finds a second. Fade Eye comes out, but how much time do you have for Wood? Stuck in a 2v1, double swung. Aki picking up that last kill, and now 10-1 going to the last round of this half.
Last round before the switch.
Breach ult just stopped any retake chance OS had at all. And Boots can't really do anything. Tried his best, but didn't get the shot off. OS kind of broke right now. 3 of them going Bulldog, Snowy, Alfred, and Akron. And then the only 1 Vandal, and it's with no shield from Andy, the Fade.
I do find it interesting, no timeouts called at all from the side of OS. We see teams in BDC normally don't opt for timeouts. Aggressive push coming out here. Molly on the rubble. Able to find a kill, and that's a good start for OS. And they're taking that space and running with it, fully pushing down A. Buys on the C-Lurk, able to find 1 as well.
Thorns activated.
Gonna note the breach flash. They know they're outside of C. They have so many people pushing up in their spawn as well. Snowy thinking about the ult, but Drag able to find one of the flankers. Now they're sort of corralled into the C area in rubble. We'll check it. And a trade 1-for-1. Snowy and Akron hard anchoring on the C right now. And the info goes quiet. Woots, raw peek and won't be able to take it. And just like that, this round is even again, of course. Drag only has 6 health. Any shot will kill them. Stun heard. And guns taken away. Flash, swing, drag drops 4, headhunter out. Won't find the last one.
30 seconds.
Now a 1v1. Spike still in the hands of Aki. Could just hit this door and go over to C. Fakes the go over, immediately pushed. Aki with the big brain plays. Taking round 11.
Switching sides.
I mean, just great half by High Tide. Nothing could stop him, and just had the plays.
The 1 round won by OS there was round 3 on the bonus from High Tide. Everything else went High Tide's way. Now coming into this half, staring down an 11-1 deficit. If there's any magic left in OS, it's going to be half pulled out here. Currently 5 stacking this B. But Chamber already set up here, headhunter in hand already. Round not started, but they feel the pressure. Of course, the TP down means Chamber can take these weird angles. And Drag will happily take those angles, tries to find a shot, gets pushed off, but notes so many people pushing this B. Hard push out. Full util dump. Full push from OS, and they've taken control. Plant gonna go down, and everyone from the side of High Tide is in this Heaven area. Heaven and Breakable. Gonna flash out. 3-2-1 push. Nope. Fakes it at first. Blinds out. Will stall their push as well. Drag finds 1 and the push comes out. But do they expect the flank? Akron able to pick off Aki, and now this retake gets so much more difficult. Woots gets the first kill. Drops 2 in this round. And OS able to take the pistol round.
Great flank by Akron there, going Heaven. They didn't expect it, and he just gets a free pick. And it helps the round out. Just had a great hold on site. Nothing could stop him there. And let's hope they can win the bonus and get some rounds going.
Yeah, normally don't expect a duelist to flank. But Akron taking advantage of that, slow walks it. able to find it. Looks like more of a default setup right now from High Tide. Gonna throw out Clove Ball immediately. Push them off of this A control. 4 people pushed onto Rubble. But OS once again looking for this B site. Gonna fade dog out, try to get some info. Second fade dog out now. And B site is taken. Seeing a very similar setup here. 4 people on the side of High Tide once again in this breakable area. They're gonna plant for their spawn. They know they're pushed up in there. Drag comes out, hit by wires. Snowy finds one. The trades are coming out, and it's a 2v1 now. Mustard Corpse, only one left alive, and of course only with the classic. Crossfire set up. Kid from Akron secures them the round, getting up to 3 total.
Mustard tries his best there to get the pick, and just has the classic, can't really do anything. Tries to get the jump, maybe right-click Akron, and he'll have a gun and win that round, but unfortunately Akron's waiting for it and gets him.
Alright, here as OS, do you think you should force up in this round?
Absolutely. You need the momentum, and being down this many rounds, you can't buy little guns. No chance.
Snowy keeping themselves on the sheriff. Everyone else has a bulldog or a vandal, but that fade is weak. Fade no armor, just has the hero vandal right now, as Kid from Akron immediately finds a kill on the Slater, and that is one of their sentinels. Are not really arguably the sentinel that holds the most pressure on site. Of course, Chambers still has technically has the trip, but it's not the best. It's a big pick there. Now slowing down the round. Just letting Alfred play this lurk. Chamber is set up and waiting for it. That cage doesn't hit drag. Sprays the box just in case, and not going to take that space. Forces out a clove smoke, but will Alfred push this? Respecting it for now. And they're going to pivot back over to C. Good call heal here. Everyone pivoting back towards B and A. The C site is free and open. Just going to spend the Phoenix ult just in case. But the door tag, drag finds the flank, finds one, finds 2. And teleports back towards their team. That plant gonna be stalled by the breach. Now you have the site, but you don't have the numbers, and you don't have the time. Plant able to be stuck, but now a 4v3 retake for the side of High Tide. Shoots out Thorns OS. With blue paint finds one, but the flash is out. Eagles Girl drops one, now they're stuck in a 3v2. No util, another flash. Stuck in the Vise Thorns, but it doesn't matter. High Tide will take this round, and they're only 1 round away from winning this map.
The 2 picks from door is great. It helps so High Tide win the round. It was even until then, and then OS just kind of fell into their own hole that they made and ran out of time, ran out of positioning, and kind of just stuck and trapped on site. Got picked off.
Now, of course, OS need to chain together 9 rounds in a row. Staring down a demon right now on High Tide. I'm Drag 19 and 9 on this chamber. Mustard Corpse 15 and 7. Eagles Girl 14 and 8. Every single player on this side of High Tide is actually positive right now. Slater on this hard anchor. Seas comes out, but it won't. Nope, does tag Slater. They're not pushing off of it. Sort of just a waste of the util. It hits the Seas, but doesn't do anything. Flash out, but they're not clearing drag. Drag actually able to TP out. Phoenix Fireball cuts off the site. They're trying to push out for more space. Slater takes one as drag goes down. Gonna be looking for the plant now. 3v4 in this retake for High Tide. But Woot's only on that Sheriff. Alfred only on the Stinger. Slater doing a bit of junk peeking, trying to find some info. The Heaven Flood comes out. Ult comes out, 2v2.
Player standing.
Blue Paint finds one, gets another 4 kills for Blue Paint, and round secured.
Great ult by Blue Paint to secure the round. Once again, even. Fighting it strong, and then ult just helped him isolate those fights, get some picks, and convert the round. OS is on full Vandals now, and High Tide's economy looking a little bit rough, going Sheriffs, Classics, and a Vandal. Vandal is with Clove, Eagles.
Now going into this round, it's going to be a quick push out on Mound, teleport out instantly, but that nade finding huge value, so much damage on that nade. Kill from Snowy as well. Just pushing this A site, 2 picks already, and they're not going to stop there. Tagging this breakable. I lied, they stopped there. Tagging this breakable. Now pivoting it over to the B side. Flash and Dog out, just taking their space.
We'll catch them.
We've seen them push B pretty hard on these. Now just planting in a more default area. Gonna play on site. Akron setting up in heaven, waiting for the swings. Last 2 are there. Dodges the flash, gets 1, finds the second as well. A flawless round from OS.
Big conversion there from Akron. Dodging that flash. I had no clue how. Hitting those 2. Helped out the round so much, and is contributing to OS's momentum change. Currently on a 2-win streak right now.
Now, last map did end 13-5. This map has the potential to end 13-5 here. Course, different teams winning. OS won the first one. High Tide looking to win this one. Slater sets up a deep cam in C this round. Not shot out yet, but not tagging it yet either. Just using it later for the round. Of course, tour de force out for the chamber. And this round, taking slow, finding that C mount control. And they're happy to just play with that right now. Chamber hard anchoring on this A site with that op. Door's going to be tagged, but it's not going to pull anyone from the side of High Tide. Playing this very patient. Of course, feel very comfortable leading Slater on that hard lurk. Slater, to my knowledge, has been known as one of the, I believe, best sentinels in Apprentice right now, giving full confidence over to them. Do a bit of jump peeking. Cam eventually was shot down. So no info for the side of High Tide. But 30 seconds left in this round. The execute is going to be forced, and if it goes wrong, it could go very wrong. Slater trying to find the spray through the boxes, but gets pushed out. Double flash, Akron clears them out, but Aki gets the kill. Aki finds 2. Trying to push them out. Flash is going to come out, try to deny the plant, but they're sticking it.
Spike planted.
Spray through the wall, won't find anything, and Aki left on this side alone right now, waiting for reinforcement. Dogs comes out. Sprayed down and out with 3v3, everyone on site. Clove gets the revive, looking for a kill. Alfred runs out, but left his team alone. That round is closed out for High Tide, and that'll be 13-5 for High Tide. A little bit of a victory ult. Don't need it anymore now that this map is over, and we see both maps going 13-5. This one to High Tide. That will close out the maps for today. Gonna get the producer in my ear. Are we gonna be looking for an interview here? Alright, we're gonna be trying to find an interview, but while we do that, we're gonna look over the stats a little bit. I'm Drag Eagles Girl, Mustard Corpse, filling in those top 3 spots on the scoreboard. Alright, how did you feel like High Tide? What changed for them on that second map? What made them win that round? Or win that map?
I think they just played better as a team. I think that comp fit them way better. chamber could get out of any situation. We saw that being used multiple times. Sitting in the corner and then TPing out whenever we're going up to a weird angle. Was using Cloval really well and getting free value out of it.
Looking at that first blood stats, Kid from Akron had 6. I mean, OS had a lot of the first bloods this map, as you can see, but just weren't able to close out any of the rounds. Oh, High Tide just won so many rounds down 4v5. And if you're looking at OS, one here, their standings in playoffs are going to be a little bit shaky. Right now, I believe we have our interview coming in. I believe we're pulling in Slater once they are ready.
Hello.
Slater.
Hello.
Welcome to the desk.
Thank you. Yep.
How are you feeling after that map win?
I'm feeling all right. You know, it was a decent showing out of us. Pearl, you know, we struggled a little bit. We were really upset at each other after that game, you know. Vibes were down, and then we come out, you know. And Mussy's back, you know. We don't necessarily love Mussy, you know. He's there, you know. He's there. Right. So he comes back and we're like, "Dang, now we got to deal with him," right? And then we win pistol. And things start going good because we start winning again, right? And you know, we just ride that momentum to a win, you know. Felt good, bounce back. You know. It was real nice.
Yeah, winning that first half on Lotus 11-1. What went right for you?
You know, the team was shooting. You know, that's all there is to say. I mean, we weren't really communicating that well still. You know, vibes were still a little shook after that first map. And then we got to like 7-1, we started feeling a little bit better. You know, but it was just everyone was shooting. Everyone was having a good day. You know, it was great from the team as a whole.
Of course, you guys have secured the #1 seed in Apprentice. How are you feeling going into playoffs? Is there any team you're looking forward to face or maybe a bit scared to face?
I think we're a little scared of Chaos right now. They got some great players over there. You know, they're really surging into the postseason. They're still not guaranteed, and I know we play them tomorrow, so it should be a good showing. But I would say out of any team, probably Chaos. We are.
Look out for Chaos. And one last question from me. Going back to the first map, I have to ask, as a prospect player, how was it playing with Sean?
It was great, honestly. Sean, great guy. You want me to be honest, better than any of the teammates on my team. You know, he's phenomenal.
Wow.
You saw he team MVP'd there. He was wonderful, you know. His comms were good, right? It's just, unfortunately, his play style of Cypher didn't mesh with the team, and a lot of us were having a really bad game that game. But Sean, as far as he goes and playing his role in the team, he did great, and I would love to see him in Apprentice next season.
We'll see if it happens. Of course, Sean is up for MVP in Prospect. I don't know if voting is still open.
Yeah.
If it is, that's a pretty good sign right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all you need to see is that Apprentice showing right there. Team MVP, he's going places in Apprentice.
All right, Thornley, do you have any questions for Slater here?
I just have one question. Saw you go Jet first map. Is that something we should expect in the future from you, or was that a one-off thing?
You know, after my performance on Jet, definitely up in the air. You know, going into it, we were feeling real good about the agents we were picking there. We were thinking that was going to be our, you know, Pearl comp going forward. Obviously didn't work out at all. So, going to be some revisions there. As far as me on Duelist, probably going to leave that to Mustard Corpse and Drag. They seem to do a bit better in those situations. I was struggling a little bit, not as comfortable as they would be in those situations. So, I don't know. Might have to pull it out, but it's doubtful.
And thank you so much for joining us here on the desk, Slater. And of course, congrats on that win on Lotus.
Thank you. Mhm.
Hope you have a good rest of the night. As we wrap things up here on the desk, I've been Pelly, I've been with Thornley, and of course, shout out to production Nuclear Cats, running the stream behind the scenes, and Frog doing the observing so much. Thank you so much to everyone behind the scenes. Couldn't happen without you guys. We're going to be signing off. I hope you all have a good night. We'll see you again tomorrow for some more games.
Feeling like I'm second best, someone that you could forget. Got me drinking that healing, sinking in this feeling. Will you need a time, giving me the signs of life. Making you clear, but you're gonna need